This is the Daily Roundup on the EAC Cambodia channel. A very good evening to you. I'm Andrew Barnes-Roberts. 1 million doses of Sinovac vaccine will arrive in Cambodia on Saturday. A further 1 million doses will arrive on Monday. The doses have been bought from China and will ensure that Cambodia's vaccination drive will continue at pace. Phnom Penh's adult population will be fully vaccinated early next month, while vaccines are being rolled out in new population centres almost every week. Kandal was the first province beyond the capital to get its vaccination drive underway. Vaccinations began in Pria Sihanouk last week, with everyone in downtown Sihanoukville receiving their first dose in just 2 days. Shots are now being administered at the city's special economic zone. Assisting the Ministry of Health are the Royal Cambodian Armed Forces, which are busy rolling out vaccines in high-density locations in Pria Sihanouk, as well as Koh Kong, Takao and Kampong Spu. Defence Minister Mr. T. Ban says other provinces at high risk with large numbers of garment factories will be next, including Svay Rieng, Kampong Cham and Kampong Chnang. Vaccines are being rolled out according to the royal government's Blossom strategy. That's high-density population centres first, then high-risk locations in other parts of the country before spreading to more remote areas. Cambodia is aiming to inoculate 10 million of its adult population by November. Cambodia's fight against COVID-19 and its post-pandemic recovery have received a major shot in the arm. The World Bank's Board of Executive Directors has approved a $200 million International Development Association credit for the country on Friday. The funds are designed to assist Cambodia deal with its current crisis by providing relief to those worst affected, but also to boost the country's economic recovery. World Bank Country Manager for Cambodia, Ms. Nguna Dobraja, says there's a clear need in Cambodia to provide resources quickly in support of the royal government's comprehensive program that protects the poorest from the impacts of the crisis. She says the new funds will also help Cambodia with its economic and social recovery post-pandemic. The World Bank says Cambodia is facing an unprecedented economic crisis. In 2020, its economy contracted for the first time in 30 years by 3.1%. The 20 February community outbreak has only made things worse. Economic sectors most impacted are garment manufacturing, tourism and construction, creating additional challenges for a sustained recovery. The World Bank worries that without financial support, the pandemic in Cambodia could yet result in an even sharper rise in unemployment and poverty. It says the royal government has done well to introduce emergency response measures and is already preparing a post-COVID economic recovery plan. The bank says its latest cash injection will support those actions. Cambodia's total COVID-19 death toll is now over 500. 16 new deaths were reported in the past 24 hours, taking the country's grim toll to 509. The country has reported 699 new COVID-19 cases since Thursday. Of those 699 new cases, 113 were imported. There have been 759 patient recoveries in the past 24 hours, taking the total number of successful treatments to 40,769. Cambodia's total COVID-19 case tally now stands at 46,065. The latest figures were released by the Health Ministry shortly before noon on Friday. Australia is working with Cambodia on the implementation of the country's new disability law. It has been helping to support Cambodians with disabilities for over 10 years. The Australian Human Rights Commission met with Secretary of State in the Ministry of Social Affairs, Veterans and Youth Rehabilitation, Mr. M. Chan Makara, on Friday morning, who is also Secretary-General of the Disability Action Council. It was 2009 when Cambodia first promulgated its law on the protection and promotion of rights of persons with disabilities. The royal government is now working on a complete revision of that legislation. Secretary-General of the Disability Council, Mr. M. Chan Makara, says the overhaul of the existing law comes at a time when the political, economic, social and cultural situation in Cambodia is evolving. He says people with disabilities are receiving protection and are guaranteed their full rights and freedoms. The new law would aim to completely eliminate discrimination, most especially in the workplace, respect their dignity, and improve their built environment. Consultations have already been held with Cambodia's development partners, including the UN Development Programme, NGOs, people with disabilities and civil society, while discussions are ongoing to ensure the new disability law is comprehensive as well as enforceable. Australian Embassy Charge d'Affaires Mr. Luke Arnold congratulated Cambodia on the new law, which was bringing its legislation in line with international conventions. He says it's important that the law suited Cambodia's own context, but hoped that lessons and experience in improving the lives of people with disabilities could be shared between Cambodia and Australia. Dr. Ben Gauntlet, the Disability Discrimination Commissioner at the Australian Human Rights Commission, joined the meeting virtually. He says he welcomes the opportunity to review Cambodia's progress towards the new law and has commended the Disability Council for its leadership, while saying he looks forward to ongoing consultation. Mr. M. Chan Makara thanked the Government of Australia for its support of the Royal Government's efforts in improving the lives of people with disabilities. After the break, it's Alessio Mizzoni with sport and lifestyle. EAC Cambodia's audience is growing. Our YouTube channel now has 150,000 verified subscribers. To mark the milestone, we've received the Silver Creator Award from YouTube, given to channels with over 100,000 subscribers. YouTube CEO Susan Wojcicki says the award celebrates EAC Cambodia's hard work and incredible achievement. She says not only has EAC Cambodia brought a unique voice and style to the world, but has also created valuable connections and built a community along the way. The next milestone we're going for is 1 million subscribers, and we'd really like that Gold Creator Award. So if you're not already a subscriber, head to www.youtube.com/EAC Cambodia. Subscribers get all the latest breaking news and updates from Cambodia in English. We'll see you there. If it's happening and you need to know about it, you'll get it all right here. EAC News brings you updates and breaking news in English across all of EAC Cambodia's platforms and channels. YouTube, Facebook, Telegram, Twitter, and our website www.eaccambodia.com. Join me, Andrew Barnes-Roberts, and the rest of the EAC News team every day on your favorite channels. EAC News, Cambodia made clear.
Welcome back to the Daily Roundup. The 2020 Tokyo Olympics get underway for weeks on Friday, and the new event, sport climbing, will be making its debut. According to the International Federation of Sport Climbing, there will be 40 athletes participating in the Summer Games. The event includes 3 disciplines: speed, bouldering, and lead. Climbing is slowly gaining popularity in Cambodia. It all started in Siem Reap back in 2008, when the NGO Anchor Climbers Net was founded by Japanese and Cambodian donors. Their mission was to help improve the health of Cambodian children through sports climbing. The NGO also contributed to the founding of the Cambodian Climbing Federation, which selects the best athletes to be part of the national team. The National Federation, which is officially registered as a member of the International Federation of Sport Climbing, took part in its first international competition at the Asian Youth Championships held in Chongqing in 2018. It had no luck back then, but it was a good start, and hopefully we will see Cambodia represented in sport climbing at the 2024 Olympics in Paris. If you are in Phnom Penh, the Phnom Penh Climbing Gym is the only facility in the capital to train your sport climbing skills. The gym was seeing a steady increase in members before it was forced to suspend operations due to the pandemic. It's hoping to be able to reopen soon. You're watching EAC News, thanks for joining us. Southeast Asia is proving to be a lucrative place for startups, with entrepreneurs around the region succeeding in raising billions of dollars for innovative new ventures. Think of Grab, the app many of us use daily for transportation and deliveries, which was born only 9 years ago in Singapore and arrived in Cambodia in 2017. The company has since had several rounds of fundraising, netting an impressive $6.5 billion. It is now the first so-called decacorn in the region, a title for startups with a valuation of over $10 billion, being now worth close to $40 billion. If you're in Cambodia, entrepreneurs are being helped by organizations like Impact Hub Phnom Penh. It provides incubation programs, mentoring, workshops, and online learning. EAC News spoke to its Ventures Support Director, Mrs. Melanie Mossard. She says right now the organization is focusing on building entrepreneurial skills among students and young graduates. She continued saying a platform has been developed in partnership with SMART, the Ministry of Posts and Telecommunications, and the Ministry of Education, building a curriculum for universities to teach entrepreneurship in Khmer. Impact Hub plans to start concentrating on 4 main areas for Cambodia: sustainable food and agriculture, smart and sustainable cities, circular economy, and sustainable tourism. When asked what she loves about working for Impact Hub, she said, "We're constantly in touch with young innovators who decide to work on solving Cambodia's most pressing issues through their work. They want to bring sustainable change to the country, and their efforts and commitment are inspiring." Up next, let's have a look at tomorrow's weather.
Thank you for watching the Daily Roundup here on the EAC Cambodia channel. More breaking news and updates on our website, www.e-artscambodia.com. Also, don't forget to join us this weekend for the Weekend Roundup. We'll see you then.